My name is Ross Hawkins. I'm the Director of the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. I'm glad to see, as of now, 57 participants joining. Just as a reminder, as you join the Zoom room, please make sure that your mics are muted so we don't have a lot of feedback going on. I did want to point out just a couple upcoming advisor forms. We do have another advising form in February. It's going to be a snapshot of the Bachelor of General Studies program, and that advisor form's on Friday, February 19th. Again, all of our advisor forms will be offered via Zoom for the spring semester. That particular advisor form on the BGS program will be presented by advisors of the BGS program, as well as faculty who serve on the BGS committee. So I think it's going to be a really great opportunity to learn more about the Bachelor of General Studies program, the impact it can have on students, and be able to hear both from advisors and faculty members and how they support the BGS program. And then I also want to mention on Monday, March 1st, we're going to be having an advisor forum on transfer students. It's really an exciting opportunity to hear from our community college partners. So Katie Dyer in the Academic Advising and Transfer Center has coordinated this advisor forum, and we will have advisors from Ozarks Technical Community College, Crowder College, the Metropolitan Community College District in Kansas City, St. Louis Community College, as well as Missouri State West Plains. So we will be able to hear from advisors at community colleges, and really they will help us in a panel format become more prepared on how we can assist those students and how we can partner with them to help in that transition process. So I definitely encourage you to attend those upcoming advisor forums if your schedule allows. As you enter the Zoom room, please make sure that you do enter your name and department in the chat feature if you do wish to receive Master Advisor credit for attending this advisor forum. Again, welcome. This is the Academic Advising and Transfer Center Town Hall meeting, and I am going to turn it over now to Kimmy Walker.
All right, thank you so much, Ross. And thank you all for being here today. We are so excited to get to share with you about our center. You all, as our advising community and our partners, mean so much to us, and we need your support to be successful. So having you here today is extra special. It means a lot to us. We hope that sharing this information helps us continue to work together to best support our students at Missouri State. We have been through some changes in the past year as an office, and it's been pretty exciting. We have a new name, we have some different structural changes. So we wanted to take this opportunity to review some of the stuff we do all the time, but also introduce our new staff members, talk about some of those changes and some things that we're currently working on. We had this planned for spring 2020. Of course, nothing went as planned that semester. And so we're doing it now, but we hope this information is still extra relevant to you all when we sure think it is. So what we're going to do today, we're going to talk about who we are and introduce our staff, what we do on more kind of our general functions, the things that we're always doing, a little bit of what's new and some of the new things we're doing, those things we have planned, and we're hoping for some time for question and answer at the end. How question and answer will work, because we're a little worried about time, we would recommend putting any questions you have in the chat box today. You might want to wait for attendance to kind of calm down a little bit, but our hope is that you can put those in there. If we don't have time to get to your question, we will be recording these questions and we will send out responses to them to all of today's attendees so that you and everyone else can have those answers as well. So we are first going to kick it off with introductions of our staff. So Amy Marie, would you please start?
Absolutely. Welcome. My name is Amy Marie Oftenbrink. I am the Assistant Director in the center, and specifically I work with undergraduate interdisciplinary programs. So those exploratory students individualized majors, Bachelor of General Studies students. As well, for the office, I work with our academic actions, so academic probation and academic suspension.
Hi, everybody. My name is Christina Bowles. I'm an academic advisor in the Academic Advising and Transfer Center, and I work with undeclared students primarily, but I also coordinate and advise for our pre-college program, which are students that are taking classes on campus. So a little bit different than dual credit, but they sometimes get confused. And yeah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Katie Dyer, and I am a transfer advisor in the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. I mostly see incoming undeclared transfer students to the university, as well as prospective transfer students and transfer students interested in the BGS program. I also have some first-time new in college exploratory students as well, but my main focus is transfer students.
Hi, everyone. My name is Laura McCammon. I am the administrative specialist for the office. I have been here just about 6 months now in this space. In addition to general office duties, I supervise the student workers. I process major minor changes, support the master advisor certification programming, and assist with advisor assignments.
Hey, hi again. I'm Ross Hawkins. I'm the director of the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. Like everyone in the office, I do work with our undeclared student population. I also work with students who are returning to the university from academic suspension. So those students who have perhaps sat out a semester, a year, or even longer, I meet with them to help them navigate next steps. I do coordinate the advisor training and development program and work with those in the office as well as our campus partners on training and development opportunities. And I also have the opportunity to collaborate with other advising center directors, with faculty advisors. I serve on some councils and committees to initiate change and best practices in the advising community.
Hello, everyone. I'm Donna Redman. I am the OTC MSU Transfer Specialist. I have a unique role with the university in that I'm nearly full-time on OTC's campus. I serve as a resource and an advisor for all OTC prospective students to the university, as well as assist at OTC advisors, faculty, and administrators to all 6 OTC campus locations.
Hi, everyone. My name is Kim Stagner, and I am the coordinator of Student Success Initiatives in the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. I also work with undeclared students, specifically with our Jumpstart program and individual review students. These are students who have been admitted conditionally to Missouri State, which means they have not met the standard admission requirements. So we just help provide that additional support to help with their continued success at Missouri State.
Hi, everyone. My name is Luke Thomas. This is my 2nd year working in the center, and just like many others, I typically work with our first-time new in college or undergraduate students, or undeclared students, sorry. I also coordinate a lot of the events and outreach through our office, whether that's through our majors fair, through our explained absences program, or now kind of heading up our social media for the office as well. So, yeah.
I am Kimmy Walker. I'm an academic advisor in the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. I work, of course, with our undeclared students. I also work with undeclared students who know they want to go to law school, but aren't sure what undergraduate major will take them there. I am an advisor for our Bachelor of General Studies program, including our reverse transfer students from UMKC Pharmacy. I am a SOAR advisor, and I also teach GEP 101.
And to wrap up the list, my name's Darren Weinberg. I work with our undeclared students and also undeclared students who are interested in health fields and as they try to choose the major that helps them reach their goal. I also work very closely with the SOAR program, trying to help streamline the advising process, the information that is needed, and really make that a good experience for students and advisors alike. You might also see as advisors some of my handiwork with our general education worksheet and the Core 42 worksheet, trying to keep all of that information on as few pages as possible. And so to talk about what we do, not to get the graphic confused, we do not play Trivial Pursuit all day. That's the first thing I thought of when I saw the graphic. But we do have a lot of areas that we reach out into within our office and across campus. So to kind of kickstart that, we'll look at the undeclared piece. And we've been really intentional about, as an office, choosing the term undeclared. Students, when they don't quite know what they're looking to do, what to choose as a major, kind of know the term as undecided. As advisors, we like to avoid confusion as much as possible. I think we can say that across the board. And undeclared is close to undecided, but maybe doesn't have that judgmental feel about it. So being more of an action term, undeclared, students have either declared a major or they have not. So we look at that, and students could be undeclared for several reasons. Sometimes they just don't know exactly what to major in. We do have a couple programs, Jumpstart and Individual Review, where students must stay undeclared. And Kim Stagner will talk about that here in just a couple minutes. And then we have our pre-college population that Christina mentioned, students taking classes on our campus while they're still in high school. Pre-health and pre-law, what we consider our pre-professional interest areas. And while those areas, pre-med, pre-physical therapy, pre-law, pre-pharmacy, those are listed in our major list as options. They're technically not majors, but they help us help students determine what are the major options. So we do help those students navigate those interest areas to find the best path to move on to their professional goals. And then transfer students as well. They may enter Missouri State having some idea of their degree path, but they just might not know everything that we have to offer. So sometimes they will start out as undeclared so they can really make that informed choice as they go on. So to explore this piece a little bit more, I'm going to toss everything over to Kim to talk about the individual review students.
Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about the individual review population from the undeclared section. We just feel that as advisors, you probably encounter these students on a once in a while basis. So we just want to make sure that you fully understand who these students are. So with these students, we do feel that they can be successful at Missouri State, but it's not evident through their class rank, grade point average, and test scores. So we do give them the option to fill out a form online and provide 2 letters of recommendation to help with their support. If they are admitted, they are classified as an individual review student, and they must meet certain requirements their first semester. So this does include staying undeclared their first semester and completing 12 credit hours with a 2.0 GPA. If they meet these requirements, then they are no longer under individual review after that semester, and they can then declare their major. Now, you may encounter these students once in a while, and you'll see that AO hold in their account. So oftentimes this is because of 2 different reasons. The first one may be that they entered in under individual review, but they decided not to attend. Maybe they decided to go to a community college for a while, but then they decided to return to Missouri State, so now they're a transfer student. So once in a while, we still see that AO hold on their account, but they're no longer an individual review student. So all you have to do is just reach out to me so I can check their status and I will remove their hold. You may also encounter this if a student comes in as individual review, and sometimes they just don't realize they have to stay undeclared. So they go ahead and declare their major, they go ahead and set up an appointment with the major advisor, but then you notice they have this AO hold. So I would just recommend in that situation to have them set up an appointment with me we'll have to switch them to undeclared, and then I'll go ahead and take care of them. And I do always want to point out, if they do have a major in mind, I will definitely help with moving them forward towards that major. So that kind of caps up what individual review means and how that works. So now we'll go ahead and go on to the next portion, which is the transfer section, but we're not going to really go over this right now because it's really a big portion of our what's new. So we're going to go over this a little bit more in detail in a little bit. So now we'll go on to our next section.
So this is one of my favorite aspects of our center is the interdisciplinary programs. We have two interdisciplinary programs, the Bachelor of General Studies and the individualized major. I want to start by talking about the Bachelor of General Studies. This is our largest interdisciplinary program. It is specifically targeted at students who have 75 credit hours or more. In fact, we don't recruit students to the Bachelor of General Studies unless they have over 100 credit hours and have stopped attending Missouri State for a year or longer. This is a good match for students for whom a traditional major is not feasible. They may have tried multiple majors or multiple minors. They may have come close to finishing a major and a minor combination, but then left Missouri State for quite a while, and now are returning either to finish a degree generally, or more specifically to make a change in their degree path. These students are advised by advisors in our center. They have to meet with an advisor just to declare this program so that we can make sure it's a good fit and even a viable option for them. They also are asked to meet with a career resource specialist in the Career Center as part of the application process to the Bachelor of General Studies, or to meet with a faculty or advisor in a graduate program that they're interested to. And then finally, they submit a letter of application. If you're interested in learning more about the Bachelor of General Studies, I really hope you'll join us for that advisor forum, a snapshot of the Bachelor of General Studies on February 19th at noon. The individualized major is our next interdisciplinary program. The interdisciplinary program is in many ways the opposite of the Bachelor of General Studies. This is for students who are new to the university, who are in their freshman, first year or second year experiences. They are very goal driven and very purposeful students. Having these students talk with me, the advisor for the individualized major, as they're in the process of planning and developing it, having them talk to me early is really important. They have to have clear and specific academic or professional goals. As they work through the process of developing and being admitted to the individualized major, they're advised by me. Once they have followed through and been admitted to the individualized major, their advisor shifts to an individual that they have selected who serves on their 3 faculty member individualized major committee. They select those individuals, or I say recruit those individuals from the academic areas that they include in their individualized major, and they have to pull from at least 3 different academic coursework. Their coursework, their curriculum plan for the individualized major is reviewed by the registrar, their faculty committee, the associate provost for student success. They also submit a written proposal. That proposal is also reviewed by the faculty committee, myself, and the associate provost for student success. These students are wonderful and exciting students. They all do a senior project to bring to life this unique concept that they have for professional study or for academic study. And I am so excited that I get to work with them. Please don't be shy about sending students my way if they have unique goals that are best matched by multiple areas across the university instead of just one major or minor combination. And next, I'm going to have Ross discuss our advisor training and development opportunities.
Thanks, Amy Marie. So our training and development program that we offer to our faculty advisors, staff advisors, and really to those in the university community that support academic advising in any way, that training and development program is housed in our office. So we do coordinate the opportunities that exist. First, I'm going to talk a little bit about our workshop series. We do have several different workshops that we offer throughout the year. Our Advising Basics workshop is offered 3 times a year in May, August, and December. That workshop is facilitated by Christina Bowles, and it's really meant to provide as an introduction to the discipline of academic advising, as well as academic advising at Missouri State University for those individuals who are new to the university or new to advising at the university. Our Master Advisor workshop is offered 3 times a year as well in May, August, and December. That workshop is facilitated by myself and Amy Marie. Our Master Advisor program is celebrating 25 years, so it has been in existence for 25 years, which is a significant milestone. The Master Advisor workshop is a more intense workshop. It is a 12-hour workshop that has several different topics presented. Individuals have the opportunity to learn about campus resources, about our degree audit system, FERPA, ethics and advising, rules and regulations, and several other topics. Our topical workshops are offered on an as-needed basis. So some of those topical workshops have included boots to books to help those students who identify as veterans. We have worked with offices to offer safe zone training, so our advisors can learn more about the LGBTQ plus community and how to support that specific student population. We've worked closely with the Career Center in the past to have a career advising workshop. We partnered with International Services to offer a workshop on international students. And we are hoping to offer a workshop in fall 2021 that's actually going to be geared towards administrative support professionals. So again, those individuals on our campus that may not have assigned advisees, but absolutely support the advising program at Missouri State. And we're hopeful that that will help better connect students to campus resources and perhaps reduce campus runaround. We are also going to be offering a transfer advisor workshop either in fall 2021 or spring 2022. We have our Academic Advisor Forum series, which you all are participating in now by joining us for this session. We offer Academic Advisor Forums in the fall and spring semesters. Many advisors utilize our forums to meet the 3 hours of certification credit to remain an active master advisor. And I do want to mention that we want suggestions from all of you, from the advising community, on what topics we should present. So as you continue to see the offerings this semester, many of those topics were chosen because people had filled out the feedback request form that was inside Missouri State to offer suggestions on what they would like to see as an advisor forum. So please continue to do that. That should be posted inside Missouri State, usually in probably April. So anytime that you see that, definitely provide feedback. And I do want to mention that we do have a Mo State Advising YouTube channel. This was created because we want to make it easier for individuals to be able to have those 3 hours of professional development each year to maintain master advisor certification. And we also recognize that with a large advising community, it's next to impossible to find a specific time for an advisor forum that works for everyone. So we record these advisor forums, including the one today. And that way, if you cannot attend during the actual advisor forum, you can visit our YouTube channel and still receive Master Advisor credit by completing a custom submission form on our website or by emailing me directly. And then I also just want to mention our Excellence in Advising Awards and Master Advisor Reception. Our Master Advisor Reception is scheduled virtually on Wednesday, March 24th. We are going to recognize our award winners from 2020, Kimmy Walker from the Academic Advising and Transfer Center and Dr. Gary Meintz from the Department of Chemistry, as well as our 2021 award winners, which will be announced in mid-February. President Smart, Dr. Einalig, Kelly Wood, and myself will all be giving opening remarks, and then we're going to spend a majority of the time recognizing the excellence in advising. And then there are other ways to receive those 3 credit hours to maintain Master Advisor designation. And those can be from offerings through the Center for Dispute Resolution. If you ever have the opportunity to attend an advising conference, NACADA, our global association for academic advising, offers opportunities for book and article reviews. And if you're interested in doing that, again, you just need to let me know that you've completed that so I can make sure to get in the system and give credit. And then I also wanted to mention collaboration. In our office, we value collaboration, not only with our team members, but absolutely with other advising centers, with faculty advisors, with the Division of Student Affairs, with other university offices. We do have an advising directors group, which is made up of advising directors and assistant directors on campus, including the Business Advisement Center, the College of Education Advisement Center, the CHHS Advising Center, as well as Adult Student Services. And it's an informal work group that we try to get together monthly to talk through some issues, share concerns, talk about best practices. We are being intentional about wanting to include more faculty in our training and development opportunities. Again, if you look at the Spring 2021 Advisor Forum series, you will see some upcoming forums that involve faculty presenting information. So we're excited to have that representation. Katie Dyer in our office does chair the Transfer Advising Committee. That committee works specifically for transfer students and to establish best practices in transfer advising. And there is representation from each of the colleges, each of the academic colleges, as well as the Division of Student Success and Outreach. And of course, our office will continue to be a resource for the campus community. Anytime that you may have a question or concern and you're just not sure who to turn to, feel free to reach out to our office and we will do everything that we can to help you provide excellent advising to your advisees.
Thanks, Ross. So I'm briefly now going to talk about some of the events and services that we offer through our office. And we are going to talk about each of these events, but just because they have a little less screen time in the presentation, I first wanted to point out the Meet Your Advisor event that we put on, as well as Mission Diploma. So at least in my opinion, from when I came to college, I think one of the hardest things that a lot of students can run into is just the comfortability with being able to talk to their advisors, to their faculty, to the staff that may be on campus. So we really set up this event to kind of get ahead of that and really reach out to them and try to establish that relationship as soon as possible. So it does happen every around the end of August. We would have this event, one of those first weeks of school, where we try to get students to come into the center and meet with advisors one-on-one, just to chat in a very low-key, non-threatening environment. This year was obviously a little bit different. We did do it virtually through Zoom, and it may be like that next semester. We'll have to see, but this is just a great opportunity to get these advisees in. And then the last thing I want to talk about from this page is our mission diploma, which actually Amy Marie Oftenbrink from our office. She kind of heads up this event. And the reason for it is that we see thousands of students who leave the university with over 100 credit hours completed at the university. And we're really targeting these students who have taken a year or more off, and we're trying to close that gap that there might be to help them cross the finish line and to graduate. We really encourage any of you who are interested in helping, but we're really interested in trying to get some people in administrative positions to come and help out with Mission Diploma each semester. And I say that because a lot of times we need administrators who are able to give permissions or overrides or make exceptions for students so that we can get them back on campus and, like I said, get them graduated. So next, I'm going to go a little more in depth on some of these other events. First is the Majors Fair. This is kind of my baby, the event that I coordinate at the university and the biggest event that we really put on through our center. I definitely couldn't do it without everyone else that works in the center, and as well as all the departments and colleges that are represented with us. But for many of you who have maybe attended in the past, the Majors Fair is really designed to assist our students in selecting a major, minor, certificates, really in helping them explore their academic interests at the university. There's also great opportunities to talk about maybe potential internships or pathways post-collegiate for these students. So it's a great event because students are able to meet with their faculty and staff to gather these information that's really important and learn about the different options that they might have. Typically in the past, we would have this event in the Plaster Student Union on the 3rd floor, but clearly because of COVID, we did need to move this to a virtual event. But I think for the most part, this event was very well received from a lot of people. And I think we'll be looking to move this to maybe a hybrid format in the future, because I do think there's lots of pros to actually having this event held virtually. Lots of students who maybe typically wouldn't have come were able to come. And in the future, we could maybe even look to moving this event past just Missouri State and maybe into some of those transfer markets. But all in all, this is a great event. I highly encourage you to attend or be a representative if you haven't in the past. And we're always looking to any suggestions from those of you who have attended before. So next, we will move into the Explained Absences program that I also run at the university. I'm not going to read that whole spiel right there, but that's what it says on our website. But really to break it down in a more simplistic terms, the Explained Absences program is for, it's a service that we offer for students who really are just in need of getting in contact or starting the conversation on how to return to campus after a life-altering situation. We know that life happens, and we just want to be there to provide service, to provide help, and get them in contact with the offices that they might need. So if a student did have a situation where this was warranted, I could help get them in contact with their professors to start their conversation there. I could get them in contact with the Dean of Students. A lot of times we work with the Disability Resource Center to get them accommodations or temporary accommodations. We get them in contact with the Bear Claw or the Counseling Center. Really any service that we think a student might need in these extenuating circumstances. The main thing just to keep in mind is when should this program really be used. So it's not going to be for students who maybe just had the stomach flu or who have a school event that they need to miss for. We don't have excused absences at the university. And I think that's something important to point out. This is an explained absence. So what I'm really doing is explaining this to the professors and to maybe some of these other offices who are going to help out the student. And then they work with their professors from there to see how we can maybe work out the class that might be missed and the time gone. So if you have any questions about this, please reach out to me. Yeah, love to help students anytime that we're able to help them. So next, briefly just going to talk about our GEP presentations that we put on every semester. Typically in a semester, all of the advisors in our office would be going to different GEP classes, talking to them about the ins and outs of general education, really just how to be successful in their academic journey. So knowing how to prepare for an appointment, knowing how to navigate My Missouri State or the general education program here at the university. Just any tool that we think students might need to be successful. But as we know, this year we did have to make some changes. So what we did was we created 8 to 10 minute videos that are posted on our YouTube channel. And what you can see the topics right there, but a lot of them talk about some of the same things I mentioned from our in-person appointments. So how to prepare for an appointment, how to use My Missouri State, all of these different things. The main, I'd say, perk to these videos is that when you look at communication as dissemination, we can really use these tools for long-term effect. So, you know, while these in-person presentations are great for the semester by semester, these YouTube videos, we can really reach people at any time in the semester for years to come, as long as a lot of these things aren't drastically changing. So I think we were going to move on to Laura unless we, yeah, all right. So Laura, I think, was going to take over here and talk about some of these last services.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. So we are running a little bit behind on time, so I'm going to go a little bit faster than I normally would. But basically, major minor certificate changes can be requested through our office. Students can either email us or they can come into our office. If they come in, they're going to be put in the same queue as the emails. So one way is not faster than the other. But the main thing we need is the student's M number and their very specific request. That cuts down on some of the back and forth that students experience and gets that major minor changed quickly. We put everybody into emails for COVID, and so that system is working well, but we do like to see students whenever they want to come through, so that's also an option for them. If you want to go to the next slide. There are some restrictions. We cannot process business minors, and anything that requires an audition, we can't really do either. I have some great contacts in those departments, so we can sometimes cut down the middleman, but if a student is requiring an audition, they have to start in that department. There is also an unassigned advisor report that comes out, which is basically any department that hasn't given us a specific person to assign. They go on this list, and then we reach out to you to remind you, if you don't pull it down on your own, that these students are out there and they need advisors. And our communication to students is contact your department and they will hook you up with the best person. We get these turned around in a business day or two. The first week and the final week of the semester are always kind of slower, but we try to get those turned around just as quickly as possible. And if you have any questions about that, you can always email us or call our office and we can help you figure that out. All of this is also on our website. So I think it's Ross now.
Okay, thanks, Laura. So what's new in the office? So first, our new name, the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. The name did change in January of 2020. And the reason for that name change was in a meeting with Dr. Einelig. And Dr. Einelig had really wanted to recognize the importance of transfer students and transfer student advising, and to also be able to coordinate some of those those transfer initiatives and programs. So that is what led up to the name change. For those of you who have been on campus for years, you may recall that our office was known as the Academic Advisement Center, and our new name is the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. Again, with transfer students, we were able to reestablish the transfer advisor position, which is the position that Katie is currently in. And so that was something that we were excited to bring back into the office. And we were also able to align the transfer specialist position to our office. That position did become a full-time position, and it was transitioned from the Office of Admissions to our office. Again, just to recognize the service that Donna provides students, faculty, staff, and administrators at OTC, and the role that she plays in the academic advising process. I, on behalf of Dr. Kelly Wood, do review reevaluations for our general education program. So if a student has a class that transfers in as an elective, they can utilize the online reevaluation tool. And I will take a look at those and consult with Dr. Wood on approving those for general education credit, both the reevaluations as well as pre-approvals. So we also still recognize the importance of our undeclared student population, as well as the interdisciplinary programs, our Bachelor of General Studies students, our individualized majors. So we really wanted that new name to be more reflective and more holistic of the advising populations that we serve, and also continue to serve as a campus resource. We want to work with our partners at the university to make sure that we're all on the same page to best serve our advisees. So that's just a little bit about the name change and the structure and adding those two transfer positions. So next I'm going to turn it over to Katie, who's going to talk a little bit more about transfer advisor position.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ross. So we wanted to share some about our positions to let you all know what the work is that we do and what you can reach out to us for. We've included our university job descriptions on the website for you all to review later. But some of the things that I do as the transfer advisor are to advise incoming undeclared traditional age transfer students. I also create and lead some efforts to students not get enrolled here, or admitted but not enrolled here at Missouri State, connecting transfer students to their advisors, doing some of those things that they need help with. I advise prospective transfer students from 2- and 4-year institutions still deciding on majors, anybody who wants to come in and visit about what they could do here at Missouri State. I'm often them referring to all of you. I maintain the advisor for transfer tech. So if you ever see something that needs updated on that website where it lists transfer advisors, please let me know. I attend transfer fairs with the Office of Admissions. Bart and I are doing many virtual fairs for right now, but I know that we'll get back to going in person sometime soon. I like to collaborate with other partners on campus projects to create a smooth transfer process and promote transfer student success. That's part of the reason for this position and why I'm here. Ross shared that I currently chair the Transfer Advising Committee and help create transfer advising forums each semester. That committee is a great resource and a wonderful committee to work with for those forums and other projects on campus. I also serve as a partner for the Transitions Living Learning community and man the Transfer Advisor email. So if you email transferadvisor@missouristate.edu, you're going to get me. You're also welcome to refer students to use that email as well, and I'm happy to visit with them and help them out. And now I'm going to let Donna share more about what she does.
Thank you, Katie. For the past 14 years, I have served as the liaison between OTC and Missouri State, many years in admissions, most recently transitioning to the Academic Advising and Transfer Center. I assist OTC students, faculty, advisors, and administrators to ensure an effective partnership between our two institutions. I do have a unique role with the university as I am nearly full-time on OTC's campus. I have access to OTC's academic records. My position combines my passion for advising, my love for admissions and recruitment, and detailed knowledge of degree requirements and course sequencing of all majors and degrees, both at Missouri State and OTC. I meet OTC students from their very first semester through their last to ensure a successful transition to the university. I provide the most appropriate OTC degree for their intended major, share specific OTC classes that will transfer to Missouri State to meet degree requirements and also meet their OTC degree requirements. Each semester I visit and assist over 1,300 individuals through OTC's 6 different campuses. With each interaction, I provide the MSU departmental advisor and connect students with the departmental advisors. You all are critical in that process, and I thank each and every one of you for always being willing to assist and reach out. Your connection to our prospective students, you making them feel valued, is the difference between them being a prospective student transitioning to an admitted student. Those admitted students enrolling at Missouri State, and each interaction via email, Zoom, in person is the difference between them looking for reasons to go elsewhere or staying at Missouri State through their graduation. So I deeply and greatly appreciate each and every one of you. You are very important in that process. In addition, I provide the admission application process to the university and share transfer scholarship dates and deadlines and process. I create the transfer degree plans where an existing 2+2 program does not, or pathway does not exist. I assist MSU students who desire to take classes at OTC. Either course sections are closed and they need it for their next sequencing of courses, or they're suspended from the university. They're looking for grade replacement, and I will share then the OTC course equivalent for their successful return to the university. I serve as a resource for all OTC advisors and administrators on all 6 OTC campuses. I collaborate with OTC and MSU's admissions office, the registrar's office, and academic affairs. I serve on the MSU OTC Enrollment Services Task Force. It's a wonderful group that meets each semester. And I also utilize OTC's social media to help promote MSU activities, application process, and provide scholarship deadlines through those resources. Luke in our office has been working hard on increasing our MSU social media presence. Luke?
Yeah, thank you, Donna. So like she mentioned, a big key for us recently has been trying to reach our students where they are. And we know a lot of students are utilizing social media. So I would really encourage all of you, if you have your phone nearby, go ahead and give us a follow on some of these mediums. I'll kind of go through them quickly, but for Instagram, like it says, we're trying to be more student-centered here. It's a much quicker in communication. So little updates about maybe student profiles or tips on advising when drop deadlines are, anything like that, making it more student-centered. Similar with Twitter, a lot of the communication here we're pushing out is mostly just what Missouri State's saying, Cliff, updates from the school, just anything that might help students be more prepared from an advising standpoint, or also just having general knowledge on what's going on at the university. Where we kind of go a little different here is with our Facebook, and actually Laura in our office is really heading this up. We know that a lot of our faculty and staff are more comfortable using Facebook, and we wanted a place to push a lot of our advisor development and a lot of these forums that we're talking in now, anything for professional development for our faculty and staff at the university, we're really pushing to Facebook. That's not to say there's not going to be great information for students, but this is really the place for you if you're wanting some of this professional development. And then finally for YouTube, I kind of mentioned it earlier, but we really just try to put everything on YouTube in terms of building skills for our students and for our faculty and staff. The main perk of YouTube, like I mentioned, is that we can really push out these videos at any time of year for hopefully years to come. A lot of this information is going to be good for people, whether they are here live at the forum today, or maybe they watch it a month from now. So that's kind of that main perk. So like I said, feel free to please give us a follow at Mo State Advising on all of our social media, just to keep updated with what we're doing. So I'll pass it over now and we'll talk about the website.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with everybody so that I can show you what our new website looks like. And I will try to go through this pretty quickly because I know we're running low on time. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so our new website has just been published this week, so it's very, very new. There might be some things that still need to be updated. If you do run into things like links that aren't working or whatever the case might be, please let one of us know so that we can update those. We have tried to make this more student-friendly in terms of finding information that students need. And before I go too much further into this, I need to say thank you to the committee that worked on this and Stacy Trawatha-Bach for chairing that committee. She did an amazing job and really did a lot of these updates prior to just kind of making some last minute changes. So she's done a lot of work on this. I just want to thank her.
We can begin.
Also, I'd like to thank the Office of the Web Strategy and Development also for helping us with this. So we have a couple of links here at the top, again, trying to make information easy for students to find. How to find your advisor has some steps for students because we have found that students coming to our website are oftentimes looking for advisement. And so how to find their advisor, and then also how to declare or change their major minor certificate. So those are the requests that we see most often from students. Our left navigation pane is much shorter, so we have fewer links there, again, more aesthetically pleasing, easier to find information. And then these touts here really represent the primary populations that we work with. And so students can find and advisors can find information kind of those two different ways. So information for students includes important links to information that our students are typically looking for. A couple things I'm going to draw your attention to: frequently asked questions. It's an accordion style page that has questions we typically get from students. Undeclared majors, explain absence, with which Luke had mentioned earlier as well. So you might refer students to this page. Information for advisors, again, has important links to things like our advisor form schedule, checking your advisor certification status, our provost academic advising and transfer councils, and then also information about our excellence and advising award. Events and workshops just gives you more information about the events and workshops that we host, including the Majors Fair, and then the advisor form schedule, and again, training and development for advisors, which includes information about our basics and master advisor workshop, in addition to some of the other events that we do. Under Meet Our Staff, we have all of our staff listed, in addition to you can book me links for those staff that do meet with students. And so if a student is needing to schedule an appointment with one of us, this would be a good place to direct them to. About Us has brief information about the Academic Advising and Transfer Center, in addition to our mission and services that are specific to this office. And then, of course, the contact information, which also includes, again, information on how to find your advisor in case that's why students have landed on this page. So back to our student populations, each of these links has specific information to those populations. Undeclared majors has some important links here that we think that undeclared students would typically be looking for, along with some information about what it means to be undeclared. Transfer students, we've broken that up into students planning to transfer and also those that are current. And then it also breaks down from there to help students get to the right place. Pre-college and Jumpstarter programs that we coordinate that we talked about earlier. And then of course our Bachelor of General Studies, and individualized majors, and our social media platforms are here. So let me just wrap it up by saying I would encourage all of you to, if you have bookmarks that are on our previous website, update those bookmarks just to make sure that you are able to access that information quickly. And if you have questions or need to make suggestions about the content content on our website, please let us know. So as far as what's to come, we have quite a few things that are new. Thankfully, we don't mind change because there's a lot of it coming through the pike. So I will go ahead and jump into that with our first item, Online Advising Basics. So we've offered the 3-hour Advising Basics workshop via Zoom in May due to the pandemic. That seemed to go really well, and we received positive feedback for that. So due to that, and also making sure that we're accommodating our academic advisors, particularly ones that are brand new to the university, we are planning to create a 1-hour online module, really just to get advisors started, particularly those who start advising after we've already offered our Advising Basics workshop. Certainly the in-person workshop, I think, is much more beneficial than an online 1-hour module would be. And so we would definitely encourage advisors to attend that. But this will be a great opportunity for advisors who are brand new, maybe just missed the most recent Advising Basics workshop and just really need something to help them get started. So that is something that we're working on. And I'm going to go ahead and pass it on to Kimmy to provide some more information about our Master Advisor workshop.
Thank you, Christina. All right, so for the past, well, if you've been through the Master Advisor workshop, you've received a handbook. It's been a printed copy that we're able to use throughout the workshop. And we're looking into revising that. We update it each year, but this year we are looking to totally start over with it. We have a hodgepodge of information in there now. We want to make sure it's something that has extremely pointed, relevant information to advisors, and really come back to focusing on what advising looks like at Missouri State, the practices, policies, procedures, philosophy behind it, to be more of a true handbook rather than some of the policies and procedures that belong to other areas on campus that we've included in the past. With this, we hope to move to a primarily online resource so that as master advisors, you can have updated information at all times. And it isn't just something, you're not going to be referring to printed material that might be outdated. We hope to pair that with a resource guide. So all that information that there are other experts on campus, we'd love to be able to attach that, but not necessarily host that information since we're not the experts on those areas. The goal deadline for this is we are hoping to have it ready for our May workshop. At that time, it'll be available online for any master advisor to look at as well, in case you want to see what some of those updates are. We are aligning it pretty closely within the CADA core competencies. Some additional things to come. 2 are things we're working on in our office and 2 will affect you all. We are working on a comprehensive communication plan for our students and really analyzing how are we reaching out to students and how effective is it? When's the most timeliest time to reach out to them? And so that's something we're working on as an office. We have a committee formed for that. We hope that can encourage you to review how you're communicating with your students as well. And we'd be happy to share the information we find out with you. We're also going to be looking into really assessing our advisement. How effective are we? We do a lot of satisfaction, we have a lot of numerical data, but what does it actually mean and how do students feel and what are they learning from our advising appointments? That's something we'll be working on this semester as well. And again, would be happy to talk with you about what we're doing in hopes that it can encourage you as well. As you're seeing right now, a lot of the communication we have for you comes through inside Missouri State right now. We are hoping to establish an advisor distribution list so that we can get information to you in a more timely manner, in a more direct manner. It won't be just once a week. And so that's something that we're working on and hope to be in better communication with you all through. And then we are processing some updates to that advisor certification database that Christina pointed out on the website. Right now, it may be complicated to do. When you ask Laura questions about your certification status, I'm sure she makes it seem so easy and wonderful and so quick to find information. I think she's hiding a lot from you about what she's going through on the back end of things. So this is a goal that we have. You may see changes on your end, but we are hoping this process makes it easier for you to see and for us to see everything about your certification status. So as you start to sign up for those, you may see updates or we may never make you aware of anything because we do it so smoothly. So just be aware of some of those changes. So I know that was a lot of information and we are just about out of time. So we were hoping for some time for question and answer. Kim, I will let you say if there are any questions. If there weren't, please reach out to us anytime. You are welcome to email us. Our staff is somewhat limited if you happen to stop by, but we can definitely get you connected, but call or email us anytime with any questions. Kim?
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. The only one that I have in the chat box, is that a new email address?
No, so this is our email address that we have for our office. You advise. This is where major changes go to. Laura, is that still the best email address?
It is, yes.
Okay, great. So yep, that's one we'll be using as the best place to reach us. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, but I've been skimming through the chat boxes. I don't see any other questions. Again, I know we're tight on time, but you are more than welcome to always reach out to us if you do have any additional questions. We would be happy to answer them. Yeah, but thank you so much for joining our advising forum today, and we hope that you did learn more about our changes and what's to come. Thank you.
Thank you.